Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarah van Grinnen, aka Mr. VG. And now we're getting to a point where we are going to go away from inspection. Okay, so we are going to get to a point, ladies and gentlemen, where we can't really guess the x value because there's going to be x values on both sides of the equations. So when I look at this sum, ladies and gentlemen, a sum like 3x minus 2 is equal to x plus 4. Now, when I look at this sum, ladies and gentlemen, it's difficult to actually guess. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to guess that maybe x must be 2. I'm not really sure about what my x must be, but I could choose 0, for instance, okay? Not saying my guess is right, but if I get an answer of 15, then I may be going to say, well, why would I guess 2? If I look on the left, 3 times 2 minus 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6, minus 2 is 4. And if I look on the right, 2 plus 4 is 6. So it's not exactly equal, but it's relatively close to one another. But remember, your guess is just that I get a ballpark figure, something that is close left-hand side and right-hand side, okay? What is my goal? My goal is to get x alone or to isolate x. So what I'm going to do is at this moment of time, ladies and gents, I'm going to pick whether I want to get my x's on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side. In this case, I'm going to pick the left, but it doesn't really matter. So what am I to do? I'm going to get all the x's to one side and all the x's to the other side. I'm going to do it the long way so that you actually understand what we are doing. First of all, I want to get rid of that negative 2 on the left. So what is the inverse operation of negative 2 or of minus 2? I'm going to add 2 on both sides. Why? Because then on the left, I'm left with 0. So on the left, I'm going to be left with just 3x. On the right-hand side, I've got x plus 6. So if I look at x plus 6, I'm now going to subtract x on both sides. Why? Because I'm trying to get all the x's to the left-hand side. The beautiful thing is on the right-hand side, x minus x is 0. So therefore, I don't have any x's on the right. I only have x's on the left. And 3x minus x is 2x, and this must be equal to 6. If I divide both sides by 2, I've got x being 3. A very important thing at this moment is you see that my guess and my x value is not the same. So I just want to check my answer. So I'm going to check by seeing whether my x equal to 3 is actually valid. So let's substitute that in. 3 times 3 minus 2 on the left gives me 7. Because 3 times 3 is 9 minus 2, and that is 7. On the right-hand side, I've got 3 plus 4, which is also 7. So these two answers are the same. So therefore, my x equal to 3 is actually valid. It is close to my x equal to 2. My guess, ladies and gents, remember, is not to say whether my answer is right or not. It is more going to say whether I'm close to or not. Does my answer make sense? Okay, does it come close? And the answer is yes. So I want you to solve this sum now for me. 2 minus 3x equal to x minus 6. Start by guessing some kind of value, then get your goal and solve for x. Well, I'm going to guess that my answer should be 1. Not saying it's going to be 1, but it's maybe going to be close to 1. What is my goal? My goal is to isolate x. So step by step, I'm going to get x alone on one side. I am choosing to get all my x's on the right-hand side. Why? Simply because I can. To get rid of the negative 3x, I'm going to add 3x on both sides. Beautiful, because then I don't have any x's left on the right-hand or on the left-hand side. So on the right-hand side, I've got x minus 6 plus 3x. I don't want that minus 6 or the negative 6 on the right, so I'm going to add 6 on both sides. This leaves me with 8 being equal to 4x. How do I get rid of that 4 in front of the x? I'm going to divide both sides by 4, which gives me x to be 2. Now this I've got to check, because again my answer of my guess is not the same as my x. On the left hand side, I've got 2 minus 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Remember, bed maths, I've got to do I've got to do the 3 times 2 first. On the right-hand side, I've got 2 minus 6, which is also negative 4. So I know that my x equal to 2 is correct. A lot of you watching this video will look at this and go, but sir, can't we just transpose? And well, that's in essence what I did. Okay, transposition, ladies and gentlemen, is actually, there's nothing mathematical about transposition, where I say negative 3x goes over and it becomes positive 3x. And negative 6 goes over and it becomes positive 6. There's actually no mathematics behind it, except that it is a shortcut. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, if I look, and let me take this one step by step. If I look at the original sum, and I add 3x on both sides, what is going to happen to my 3x's on the left? They are always going to cancel out. Oh, I hate that word, but they're going to cancel out. And to get rid of the negative 6 on the right, I'm going to add 6 on both sides. What's going to happen to that negative 6 plus 6? It's going to cancel out. So what am I left with, ladies and gentlemen? On the left, I've got 2 plus 6. On the right, I've got x plus 3x. So if you want to use this transposition, where I tell you, let me show you step by step what a lot of teachers show their kids, is that negative 3 goes over and it becomes, x plus 3x. And the negative 6 goes over and it becomes 2 plus 6. There is nothing wrong with that. But I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen, that if you are going to use this about moving things from one side to the next, you are going to get stuck at certain places in grade 10 and 11 when there are more than 2 sides. So I want you to kind of be careful of just pulling things from one side to the other side because it's easy. I want you to be careful. I want you to think about what you are actually doing, which is inverse operations. So ladies and gentlemen, in our next videos, we are going to look at more difficult sums involving brackets and sums involving fractions. And I hope that you are sticking with me in this, and that you are always checking your answers to see whether left is equal to right. So this is Mr. VG signing out. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Keep well. Cheers.